ever use the gift, right? But it's a token. Okay,
It's a
so
token.
Impressive.
So, you have to get the other bit as well. So, we just wanted you to know. I just wanted you to know from me that I love you, just because you're you. And I've been thinking a lot about what we might say if we get a formal opportunity to do that on another day, because anyway, I've been thinking a lot about it. But this week, I was reminded by a message that your mum spoke at church about in 2022. I think it was in May, because I watched it this week. So she actually spoke about a teacup and a saucer, and how we can often be. There's that whole Jerry Maguire movie where there's that whole thing that you complete me, but Thomas is not going to complete you. He's the, like, I love him a lot too, but he is not going to complete you. You are a complete person, and today I just want to speak over you that you are a complete person, and that as you, I know you're never going to use this thing, but it's a pretty little teacup, and it's apparently in the colour that you love. Yeah. So that's amazing. So I just want you to know that God loves you, and God has made you complete.
Not say publicly that I wrote on there. My only advice, what would I know? I know nothing.
Hang on.
You know, your advice, my advice to you is to remember that your Nana loves you and that she prays for you and you and Tom constantly.
And I'm going to give it
Everyone here knows that I love Zara very much. And I don't know if everyone here knows that Zara does, that if it wasn't for Zara, I don't know where I would be now, because it was when Zara was born that I actually turned my life around and decided to come back to the Lord, because I knew that if I wasn't living a life in Christ that I would miss out on her life. And I've got nothing but gratitude and love towards Rachel and Zara for doing that to me and bringing me back to where I belong in the family. And I just wish you all the best, you and Tom. And I promise that I won't drop in every time I'm driving past.
Are you driven out of age?
I promise that I'll wait till I'm invited. And I just love your house. I love Tom with all my heart. Max keeps telling me he's not number one grandson, he's number two. And that's how I see Tom. Tom is my grandson as much as Max is. But he's obviously number two grandson. Until you have a baby, and if you have a baby and it's a boy, I don't know where he's going to be. He might end up being number one yet. So, but I'm making myself available now for a babysitter, if ever you need one. Thank you. And I just wish you all your best in your marriage and your life.
Beautiful.
Why are you emphasising how much I'm not speaking at the Just making sure you know. Zazie, I remember very well the day that you were born and coming and seeing you at the hospital, and you're so red and tiny and cute.
Tiny.
And just seeing how much you changed Rachel's life and who she was when she became a mother, and realised what it's like to love a child, which I'm sure is. I'm not married, but I think that something that's really important in relationships is kind of what you were saying. You're not defined by your partner, and you're not defined by being married. You're your own person, and you can do anything.
Good point, Lou.
Even once you're married, you can still do so many things, and just kind of keep reminding yourself that. But I think as well, it's really important to just be kind to one another. That's a really important thing in relationships, I believe. Just be kind to each other. Keep telling each other what you really like and admire about each other, so that grows within that person, and you keep growing into people that you love, which is really special. And I was saying to Rach before that I found a letter from my nana a couple of weeks ago, and she had written me some advice about marriage, and she said, never go to bed angry. I know that's not something new, but it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be the wrong one. It's also okay to be the right one. But yeah, that's part of being kind to each other as well.
Yeah.
Make sure that love comes first. Yeah, don't stay home. Love you.
Nice, Lou.
No, you're not.
My advice is just remember that God's got you and that God's got a plan for you and that God's brought you together and that it's gonna, might be a struggle sometimes, but it's a good struggle and you've chosen to come together for a reason because you love each other and just have the most fun that you possibly can. Yeah, because, life's short and you can just have the best time when you can. Yeah.
To kind of come back at you, but it is okay. I just wanted to say that I've trained Tom really well, and he has become very good at fashion advice and giving you time in the bathrooms and things like that. I feel like he's pretty well trained.
We have deliberately sent him to the supermarket to buy feminine hygiene.
Yeah. I've deliberately sent him to the chemist to help myself, so it's my pleasure. Thank you. But I'm also, thank you. I'm super excited to also have some younger siblings, even though that we're not technically going to be related. I do feel like Violet and Eva and myself can become kind of sisters, and then of course Zara is younger than me, so I'm really excited to be able to bless these girls in what can be a crazy world, but also just have a friend. It felt like I was friends with Zara before Tom and Zara became friends, so I feel really privileged that I got to know Zara before she's going to become my sister. So I'm very grateful for our friendship, and I know our friendship will grow and stay the same, even though you're marrying my lovely, crazy brother. I wish you all the best, and I hope you know that I'm always there for a good chat and a good goss sesh about him. He won't.
Their marriage is arranged though. And I just remember we get emotional because you get to pick who you're going to spend your life with. And I think that's one of the best gifts God can give us is we get to pick our person every day. You get to choose that relationship and choose what it's going to be. Like it's going to be fun. It's going to be the best time of your life. It's going to be some challenging times, but like you get to choose that. So choose the good in all of it. Don't choose the bad. Don't choose the tough. But choose to be in love and choose that every day.
I need to stop. As a lot of people know, I got to grow up with Zara, and I remember we'd have these random little chats throughout the time. We'd be like, "Oh, we're never getting a boyfriend, and we're not getting married, and we're just gonna get old and adopt these kids, and we'll just grow up like that and never go near a boy." And to see Zara so happy with Tom is just such a blessing. To be able to witness my little best buddy from when we were kids to now, seeing her live her absolute dream life. I remember we had a chat one time like last year, and she's like, "I'm never going to get married and I'm never going to find a boy," and then like a week later she tells me about Tom, and I'm like, "Oh, this is it." So it's so beautiful to watch, and yeah, I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
Something I've always admired about Zara from the first moment is she's always loved the Lord, and then she's loved people around her, and just know you'll do that because you love God and then you love people. Keep doing that. It's very admirable in you.
Yay.
Well, I'm saving my best
Material.
for the wedding. But really, what I want to say in this context is you guys are all Zara's closest people. And so you're all invited to the wedding for that reason, and you're invited here for that reason. And, something that I'm passionate about is how we humans do best and we flourish best in healthy community. And so as individuals, we don't do well when we separate ourselves from healthy community. We don't do so well, and even just in our little couples, if we separate ourselves from healthy community, we don't live flourishing lives. We don't do as well as when we are in healthy, thriving community, holding ourselves accountable to a community of people, to live to the values that we say that we want to live to, supporting each other, lifting each other up, encouraging each other, listening to each other. And I just want to say, I guess, to everybody else here, how much I value that Zara has that in her life. When she was, I forget what age she was when the world locked down, and we had just recently made the decision, Luke and I, with Zara, that she wouldn't continue on with formal schooling. So she left school at year 10, and we decided, and she wanted to do this too, that she was going to do online stuff for year 11 and 12 instead. And then COVID happened, and so I cried out to God, and I was like, I had all these intentions and dreams about the places and spaces that I was going to be intentional about having my eldest daughter in, so that she could be encouraged, inspired, spoken into by other people whose wisdom and counsel, I admire. And that opportunity was taken away because of just what was happening in the world. But I'm so grateful to God, because he was faithful with the dream that was in my heart, and in the next couple of years, just by miraculous circumstances, he brought people and opportunities into Zara's life that were above and beyond what I had imagined. So, Beth, who's marrying Zara, she's one of those key people who came to me as a mum and said, hey, you got this great kid, would you mind if I mentored her? And then obviously having Jenny and Jace, who have invested into Zara before her and Tom were ever romantically involved, just because they're part of the healthy church community and wanting to invest into young people in the next generation. Obviously Jess, the other young adults in our church, and obviously family who've been investing into Zara since she was born. I'm just really grateful that Zara has such a great community of people as she embarks on this next chapter in her life, and I'm completely confident her and Tom are going to do so well, because they are supported and lifted up by so many amazing people. So thank you to everybody else who is such an integral part of Zara's life and the successful, amazing young woman that she is.
Totally.
Mum's right, you guys are all my favourite people, and I appreciate everything that each one of you brings to my life, and I'm so grateful to have the best people ever in my life, and people that are going to stick by Tom and I in our marriage. And I'm just so grateful. I can't express with my words how grateful I am for everyone. So thank you guys so much for coming, and I'm excited for the wedding to see you all again.